Hey, welcome to the Backyard Blitz. It's Wednesday night. That means we're talking football. Follow us on Twitter at the BY Blitz. Follow me at Peebler22. We got Andrew Daly in the house. Follow him at Coach Daly 12. And Coach Rick is back after his week off last week. Follow him at R Simmons 2715. Boys, I miss y'all. It's Wednesday. Football's right around the corner. Whoa.
We got our comments. Our comments are blowing up already. We got dude, people are ready to go. The season kicks off tomorrow night. We had a full slate of awesome college games this past weekend, dude. Football season's here. The people are ready. Obviously, look, we're blowing up right now. So. Oh,
this is awesome. Absolutely. Our last week was our highest viewership, and it's still on the move. We'll see what this week does. Obviously, people are ready for football. Slick, man, you got the U up right there. I know your house was maybe a little bit torn this weekend, or Monday night when Florida State and LSU happened, man. What's going on, man? We missed you last week.
I'm good. Like you said, you did some good things. I miss you guys too. First off, I miss you guys too. Glad to be back this week. Had to handle some some family situations, but everything's good. Back where I need to be at. So we good. As far as the U goes, yeah, I mean, we played Bethune. We did. But for me, I was happy to see us win against Bethune the way I feel like we should, putting up 70.
Yes.
Prior, past, the score might be like 49 to 20, 21.
I agree.
35-7. It's like, bro, like nothing against Bethune, nothing against HBCUs. I respect them, but come on, man. We're Power 5.
Come on, man.
You guys went out and handled business, like you said, the way they should have. If you guys would have came out slow and went through this, then it would have been maybe a bad sign of things to come.
Yeah, it would have been an issue for me as a fan.
I can't tell at all. You're with the U as I'm with my 49ers, man.
Oh yeah,
I wish I had an affiliation to a team like that. Like
I'm going to ride with my guys.
Philadelphia, Drew. I feel like that's one.
I'm not an Eagles fan. I'm far from it, bro. I'm far from it.
So Drew, you don't have a college team or NFL team?
No, man, dude. I could watch Akron versus Kent State on a Tuesday night.
I'm the same way now.
Enjoy it just as much as I do. So I will tell you one thing.
Is there one team though that kind of pulls your heartstrings a little
bit? And you guys are going to think I'm a homer or whatever, but it's Alabama and the only reason is my best friend is a diehard Alabama fan, has been his entire life. So I said, dude, if I'm going to watch games with somebody, why not attach myself to a team that he attaches himself to and makes it that much better? But yeah, Alabama, but I could go either way. Like, I just love football.
Yeah, I'm the same way. Like, I don't have an NFL team. Like I said, this year I might go with the Chargers, but I just like individuals in the NFL. In college, I'm just a U guy, but at the same time, I just love football. Like, I'm a fan.
Yeah.
Like,
well, that's why my boys don't come over on Sundays, because it's always Red Zone channel. There's no games hanging on. I don't like commercials. I like the action, dude.
Yep, I'm the same way.
7 hours of commercial-free football. Like, dude, that's what I live for, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's fun.
Yeah.
Man. I'm glad.
What stood out to you guys this weekend? I mean, we didn't have any NFL football, but we had a full slate of some big-time college football. What game stood out to you guys? What were you guys latching on the most? I know, obviously, other than our favorite teams, like there were some big-time matchups. You had Notre Dame, Ohio State. You had, I think it was Cincinnati, Arkansas. There were some big-time games going on.
I think it started off last week on Thursday night with first of all, the Big Ten playing on Thursday night, which was weird to me. Penn State versus Purdue. I watched the entire game. We also had the backyard brawl on that night too, which is great to see for college football with Pitt and West Virginia. Dude, that was an awesome game. It went down to the wire. Yeah, it was like 38-31, I think. But I was attached to the game. Yeah, I was attached to the Penn State Purdue game. Dude, we're going to talk a little betting here. All right, I'm not going to sugarcoat that. I played Purdue plus 3.5. Pretty heavy. All right. We come down to the end of the game. There's 4 minutes left, and Purdue is up by 3. Yeah, Purdue's up by 3, and they get the ball 2 possessions at the end of the game with under 4 minutes left. They ran the ball 2 times. And they gave the ball back to Penn State with like a minute or something left. And I said, I know Penn State's going to drive down 90 yards, which they did, score a touchdown, and I'm going to lose by a half point. And I did. And that bothered me.
Did you guys see the Appalachian State North Carolina game where I think it was Appalachian State scored 40 points in the fourth quarter?
And lost.
No, I didn't see that.
And lost. Rick,
it was App State versus UNC. The game was 63-61. I was going to talk about it too.
I heard about it. I didn't watch it.
Like,
I got some right here.
I don't know if I could get into that. Like,
no, it was almost like arena ball, no defense, right? But there was a clip that I want to show that just kind of stood out how wacky this game was. So I'm going to show a clip from an onside kick that Appalachian State was trying that UNC house the other way, but just watch all the UNC players just smoke the App State players. Here we go. Jesus.
Oh wow.
And all of the guys up front.
Oh my God. I gotta watch that again.
Yeah, run that back.
Here it is.
Here
it is. Dude. Oh my God.
All of the guys.
And you know that's coached. That's how they prep for that.
That's how they coach it.
That's how they
absolutely
coach it. It's great. You guys are the front wall, and instead of trying to get the ball, you go crack the other guy. Let the guy behind you recover it. So that's good coaching there.
Absolutely. Now, Slick, I know your household you got a big Florida State fan in your household, and there's no time left. LSU had just almost tied the game, right? They scored a touchdown. All they got to do is kick the extra point. Now, remember, it's college. They kick it from the 2. They don't kick it from, no 15-yard line or whatever. And then this happened.
Action to send us to overtime.
Oh, my God.
You know what's crazy? Like, we watched that game at some friend's house. And I caught the whole drive. I was like, they gotta stay tempo. And they stayed tempo. He driving. I was like, LSU about to score. Daniel's trying to throw a touchdown. Threw a touchdown to Jenkins, number 10. Field goal. It was like, oh man, they about to go in overtime. I said, nope, it's finna get blocked.
Really?
I said either it's gonna get blocked or he's going to miss it. And I wanted him to go in overtime.
Blocked earlier, right? Like one of his field goals got blocked earlier in the game, if I'm not mistaken. Same side too, by the way. Like same exact side.
I said either's going to get blocked or missed.
But the craziest part about that drive was, first of all, it was 90+ yards. Second of all, they go down. The dude gets the play that they reviewed on the 1-yard line when Jason Taylor's son, the tight end for LSU, gets tackled, and they called him out of bounds, but they reviewed it and he was actually down inbounds. So now the clock's supposed to start on the whistle. So and the referee or the commentators were saying it. Dude,
it's 1 second, right?
The whistle.
2. They put 2 back up there.
Okay, 1 or 2, but the whistle has to be your snap. The whistle has to be your signal because you don't have time for them to blow the whistle and then the quarterback to call hut. So instead of doing that and maybe running the risk of not getting the playoff, Florida State calls a timeout and takes all of that out of it.
All that pressure. I was watching that too.
All that risk came out of it with them calling a timeout.
Stuff like that. People, like some of my friends, even my woman, they think I'm crazy. Stuff like that is what makes me think that a lot of these games are rigged for Vegas. Why am I calling a timeout if I'm Florida State? Why?
Right. Why
no reason.
There's no way you're going to get the playoff.
Like,
and
why?
Don't they say they can't reset the clock under 3 seconds or whatever because it takes that much longer to run a play in college? But they gave him the benefit of the doubt because they said it was a first down. So whatever. That game was great. It was a great Sunday night. And then Georgia Tech and who was it? Clemson. That game was good for like a half.
Yeah.
Freaking, talk about betting. Like, dude, I played the first half over at 18.5. It comes in at 17.
Hey, there was one game I got huge problems with, and I'm a Notre Dame fan, so I'm watching Ohio State, Notre Dame. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now Notre Dame was 17.5 point underdogs. Okay. They were expected to get blown out. They're number 5 team in the country. Even I was like, I don't know if they're number 5. They're bringing in a quarterback that played just kind of sparingly last year. But there's a moment, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to bring it up here. I'm going to pause this before it gets going. Okay, why don't you take a look at this? It's 10-7. It's late in the third quarter. Obviously, Ohio State's driving, but you see that 3rd and 11. Okay. Mm-hmm. Now, Rick, Drew, if you're a defensive coach, what are you trying to call in this situation?
Offensively or defensively?
Defensively.
Dude, I'm playing pass coverage, am I not?
Yeah.
Pass coverage.
I'm going to first down, that yellow line right there.
So, yeah, you're going, and that's what it looks like they're doing, right? It looks like that's exactly what they're doing. They're playing cushion. It looks like they're going to bring 5. They have 5, maybe 6. Yeah. So you're Notre Dame. You're in the shoe. You're ahead going into the third quarter, which no one thought you were going to be in, right? You know that they're going to try to get the first down, but if you can hold them, they kick a field goal. Worst case scenario, it's tie game. Okay, let's go ahead and let's take a look at what happens, because I'm already about ready to snap just thinking about what's about to happen right here. Perfect. The video doesn't want to work.
Oh, wow.
There we go.
Okay, so it's starting to move up, right? Okay, you see the 2 safeties coming in? You got a quarterback there that is sitting there staring at 2 safeties that are 6 to 7 yards off the ball that are going to bring pressure on 3rd and 11, which is basically almost a 0-0 blitz. There's going to be nobody back there.
They bring late pressure. It's picked up. Stroud.
Yeah.
Vegas.
You have got to be kidding me, man. You have got to be kidding me.
Vegas.
Why? Not just one safety. You bring in a double safety blitz with no safety over the middle. I know, Drew, if you saw that coming, because by the time they snap the ball, they're 6 yards away from the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, they're not even close.
No way they're going to get there. Bro,
yeah,
I was beside myself.
Vegas.
If you see that play in Madden, remember the safeties all creep up? You check out, you go four verts. I used to love the double safety blitz in Madden, again, playing against it, because it's a touchdown every time. I saw that clip, and I'll admit I didn't watch this full game, but I saw that clip and I saw that blitz, and I'm like, that's stupid. And I didn't know the context. I didn't know that it was 3rd and 11, and I didn't know it was the last play of the third quarter. I had no idea, and now it's even worse seeing that and knowing the backstory to it. So
and that changed, and the whole game changed right
coach,
then,
dude. Like
yeah. Are the plays that I'm speaking on? It's no way you can tell me that their D coordinator, whoever he is, making millions of dollars, thought that was the best thing to do in that type of game, 3rd and 11. You can't make me believe that.
Rickie's claiming that it's all fixed, and I don't know if he's wrong. That's the problem.
You can't make me believe that. I refuse to believe it.
Well, and then before halftime, they called somebody on the sideline called a timeout. They called a pass play. I'm sorry. It was 2nd and 9. There was 20 seconds left before halftime. Notre Dame had the ball on their own 20-yard line, and they threw a go route. All they had to do was just basically run the ball, and they're going to get out of there, go to halftime. They throw it, and then you see I'm trying to think of the coach's name, Marcus Freeman, I think.
Freeman, yeah.
And he's looking around and he's swearing at somebody like, why would you call that? Well, you're the head coach. You let it's supposed to go through your ear, you would think, right? I don't know. But
it's a wild, dude.
It was set up. He knew the camera was going to hit him, so he wanted to show his concern.
Go back. It's like go back and watch Scott Van Pelt on his bad beats and the Hawaii game from this weekend. The over they need 1 point for the over, and they get the ball on the 1 yard line with 3 minutes left, and they get stuffed 4 times on the 1 yard line. It's crazy. So
I'll tell you guys another good game this Saturday too. Well, no, it was Sunday. Florida and Utah.
Oh no, it was going on at the same time as the Notre Dame game, Saturday night.
So it was Saturday? It was
Saturday night.
You're right. I was at that game. I went to that game. That's why I didn't see those.
So you can't remember the day, bro.
No, I gotta admit, hey man.
What kind of tailgate food did you eat?
We didn't even tailgate.
What?
We didn't tailgate.
Go to Florida Utah game in the heart of college football country, and not
no.
tailgate.
So
let's put a poll up. Is that a party foul?
No. So check me. I went with my head coach. He's a big time Florida fan, but he knows that I'm a college football fan.
Mm.
So he asked me if I wanted to go. Why not?
Oh yeah.
And we went, and I was just analyzing the game, but he's not really a tailgater.
Mm.
Like usually, whenever him and his family go, they watch the team's pregame, like all of that stuff.
Yeah.
Me, if I go to a Miami fan, a USF fan, whatever, whoever the game is, I'm tailgating with somebody.
That was always the tough part. Like, and maybe you'll experience it coaching in high school, but like, dude, as a head coach, I had to, take the kids up to. We don't live far from Rutgers, so I would take them up to Rutgers games sometimes, and I'm like, man, I can't tailgate. I'm with these kids. I'm missing my full Saturday slate of games to watch Rutgers get walloped by freaking Wisconsin.
We didn't have any kids. It was just me and him. Like so we walked down that, like, the strip. They have like a strip, you know what I'm saying, outside the stadium. So we walked down the strip, we found a spot, and we ate something, and we was just like drinking beers or whatever the case may be, but we didn't really tailgate. But Florida atmosphere, tailgating wise, is crazy.
Yeah,
I mean, it is,
dude. And I put out the tweet on Monday night, man. College football, period. That's it. That's the tweet. Great weekend, and dude, I know we're primarily based on the NFL here on this podcast, and I'm fine with that. But dude, there's a special place in my heart for college football, and it was an awesome weekend. Awesome games, and they're just coming back this weekend with a better slate. And it all starts in less than 24 hours. So let's get into it, baby.
Let's get into it, man. We got to talk about a whole Profit, man. Baby. We even uttered the word football, pro football, and man, here you come.
He sneaks up on us, man.
Sneaks up on you, man. Like I'm mid-sentence, bam, Profit comes on. I don't even know what to do. Man, were you on vacation last week? You popped up in the middle of our argument. What's with that?
Yeah. As a matter of fact, me and Mrs. Profit, we were in the Virgin Islands, and you know what they say: when in Rome, dress like the natives. So, but
are they still called the Virgin Islands now?
Well, yeah, and that's a little deceiving, okay, because they're beautiful and they are islands, but Virgin, man, I didn't see one.
Oh man. Well, as always, you bring us some wisdom, man, and I can't wait. We got fantasy football that's right around the corner. I'm looking at my lineup. I'm going back and forth on it, man, and I know you're going to lay down some wisdom on us tonight for sure. So tell us what you got. Give us the insights because I want to win my matchup this week.
Okay, and you know what, BP, BP, Slick Rick, and Slinger, thank you for having me again. It's an honor to be on the greatest podcast going right now. Before I get into that, BP, I gotta do a couple of shout outs here. Okay, a couple of weeks ago, Woodrow and Jeff R. Man, you guys wrote some real nice comments, and I thank you for it. And Debbie P, well, she's probably my number 2 fan here. And I got an email from the producers, a copy of her email, and I have to read it, guys. Okay. It says, to the producers, and I quote, "You need to sign the Prophet to a long-term contract. He not only has knowledge, but he also has charisma and personality, and he ain't bad looking either. Sign him now." Debbie, thank you for the kind words and for being so observant.
Oh my gosh, that's great.
Now,
OG Prophet.
OG.
Along them lines, there were also a couple of naysayers, on there about the Prophet, and that's okay, because I say in life, if without bad, you can't appreciate the good. Take that
Facts.
for what it's worth.
Take it to the bank.
That's it, baby. That's it. Okay, and I'm happy to announce for everybody too that the producers this morning signed me for the rest of the 2022 season. So I'm here, baby. And
Cheers.
here we go. I am pumped.
Cheers
It's
to
the
that.
night before the start of the season, man. So it's all good. Where do I start? I got so much going on here. There's so much in.
So who you got? Who's your absolute starts this week, Prophet? Like I got to know, like who's the guy that if he's on your team, you got to start him because his matchup's just out of bounds this weekend.
Okay, I actually put together a stardom and a sit-em setup for the show here. Okay, and I don't want to, anybody can pick no-brainers. That's not what the Prophet's about. I'm here to give you insightful wisdom. Okay, number one, you got Jameis Winston on your team. You have got to start him. Okay, and I got a couple of stats here for you. Last 4 games when he was with Tampa Bay, with a good receiving core, but a terrible offensive line and no running game, 13 TDs, 1,206 yards passing. Not too shabby.
That LASIK must have worked.
Going up against Atlanta. Now he's got one of the best receiving cores in the league. He's got a great running game, and he's got a good O-line. Key here is that he just, if he can stay under 50 interceptions this year, man, he's going to have a great year. Okay.
Wait, Prophet, is that $100 bills on your poster?
Oh,
They're folded really nice.
Yeah. Of
Are
course
those
they
G
are.
Profit.
Are those
He
real
has the
$100
bag.
bills? Is that $1,000?
Well,
He has the bag.
I don't know. Are they real?
Blue strips. OG has the blue strips. Hey, Drew.
Hey, did
Never
you notice
question
how he
OG
slid that
about
in that
his money.
string right there? Did you guys notice that? That was skill.
Yeah.
And that was just some of my profits from the weekend here. A
We'll
9
get
and
into
2
that.
a 9-2 weekend on college football, you guys, man. My only 2 losses were a hook and a slew of ducks. But that's another freaking day. So okay. Yeah. I love you guys. I love the crowd too.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, so we got Jameis Winston out
got
there. Who's another stardom that you got that somebody else might not have out there?
Running back wise, I say you gotta if you got Damien Pearson on your team, he's got to be in your lineup this week. I know he's a rookie, first game going up against a pretty good run defense in the Colts, but they don't have Shaq. They might not have Shaq this week. Yeah, did you guys know that Darius Leonard changed his name to Shaquille? Come on, man. What the hell's up with that?
That's
I
weird.
didn't know that.
And
Yeah, so he might be out this week.
yeah, he might not be playing, and I also base that pick on the last preseason game. Houston went up against somebody's favorite team, and they put a whooping on them. And they played
On the
their
second
starters.
string.
Well, no, not at the beginning of the game.
They only had 2 starters in on defense. Their Prophet, I'm telling you.
Oh, okay. Well, look, I'm not going to argue about San Fran. Like
No, I'll tell you what, Damien Pierce, though, that's a guy that I think can have. I mean, it's not even just a breakout year. It's like, welcome to the league, and here you go. He's already the starting back. I like him a lot, especially after seeing him against the 49ers. Now, even if it's against the second team, they don't give up yards like that.
Right.
And watching him run with authority, that was impressive.
Agreed. And my wide receiver for the week is Marquis Brown. Okay,
Hollywood Brown. Okay.
Hollywood
I think
Brown.
I got him in one of my leagues.
If he's
No,
on your
take
team,
notes,
put him
Rick.
in there. Okay. I look back at his rookie year, his first game. He had 2 long touchdowns, and like 147 yards, I believe. Well, without Hopkins in there, right now, and I do anticipate a shootout in the Kansas City, Arizona game. I think Marquise Brown is going to have a big game.
Oh, that's some good insight. That's really good. I was wondering what weapons are going to show up for the Arizona Cardinals, and I know that Kansas City Chiefs defense isn't quite known for their pass coverage at all times. So especially early in the season. So I like that a lot. I hope I'm not going against him this week. I don't have him, but I hope I'm not going against him.
So Hopkins is still out?
Yeah, he's suspended for 6 games.
Oh, he is suspended. Yeah, you're right. I was going to say, I thought it was healthy because I seen him in practice, but yeah, I forgot about the suspension.
So, Prophet, who are some guys that we should? Do you have any other stardoms that you want to go over real quick?
No, I just put together a quick list. I know my time is limited here.
Oh, who should we stay away from before we get out of here? Who should we stay away from?
Okay. Like I said, I try and stay away from no-brainers, but unfortunately, Justin Fields, man, if you had to draft this guy, please do not play him this week. Okay.
Why is that, Prophet? Why is that?
Well, okay. Number one, they're going against the 49ers defense.
There it is.
Okay.
Play that on replay. Rent free in y'all head all week.
Although, if you remember correctly, last year, they did put up 22 points against the 49ers, but
Josh
that's not happening. Okay. Fields is bad. He has nothing around him. His line is terrible. His receivers are terrible. Unfortunately, I wish Chicago would do what the Giants are doing for Daniel Jones and giving him some weapons. Jones shows that he can't play with the weapons. At least we would get to see whether Fields can or can't play. But now, with what he's got, nah.
I like it. I like it. That makes me happy for this coming weekend. I know Larry. So Larry's a big Bears fan. We've been actually talking all week long. Jeff Ramage, he's a Niner fan. Larry, I've been telling you all week, but I've been hearing Justin Fields and Darnell Mooney started to chatter a little bit where he said that he's going to give the 49ers some payback for not drafting him. But yep, that's right, Matt.
Prophet knows all.
Who's your running back that we should stay away from?
Well, the running back, and unfortunately, the running back and receiver are both out of the same game. But my running back to stay away from this week is Damien Harris. New England and Miami have opened the season the last 2 years, and I think they've scored like a combined 30 points in them 2 games. They've been low-scoring games. Miami's defense is good. New England's going to take a little bit to gel on offense. I don't see Harris doing a whole lot this week.
Okay. Miami can be stingy on defense for sure.
Yeah,
I can definitely see that. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
So you have a wide receiver that's in that same game that you're going to stay away from. Who is that?
And you guys may be saying, "Oh no, don't say that big name. Don't say that big name." But
is it rhyme with?
No, it does not. It rhymes with coddle. Okay.
Waddle.
Yeah, I'm saying stay away from Waddle this week.
I got him. I'm not gonna lie to you. I got him in one of my leagues.
Well, I mean, it's okay if that's all you got.
No, that's not all I have. That's not all I have.
Stay away from them.
Do not go against the Prophet.
That's not all I have. Why don't you like Waddle?
Well, I see a low-scoring game for starters, okay, which means he's not going to get, a whole lot of points getting into the end zone if it's a 10-3 game. And I honestly think that what passing they do, they're going to try and see what Tua can do with Hill. I think Waddle's going to be a forgotten man this week. Not the whole season, but this week I feel that, he may only get 4 or 5 targets this week.
Do you think Hill's going to be the primary guy this week that they're really just going to be focusing on, or?
Yes, I do, and I think I also think New England that Hill is going to be the primary guy New England's focusing on too. So, that's why.
With that being said, you don't think that New England would take film prior from when he was with Kansas City and figure out how to double him, maybe have a safety over the top, which would give Waddle a one-on-one situation?
Oh yeah, I do. Like I said, I think New England's going to do what they can to stop him. But they brought Hill in for a reason, and they're going to see what can happen with what kind
to kick
of
it off
connection
early.
there.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Well, not only that, Prophet, I think that, Mike McDaniels, he comes from San Francisco where they run the ball, and they got a whole slew of running backs down there. I wouldn't be surprised to see Miami primarily focus on the run and mix in some play action, which is going to limit Waddle a little bit more too, kind of what you're talking about.
And, it is Miami. I mean, how many times have you turned on a game and seen them in a quagmire? You never know when the skies are going to open up down there. So,
All right, real quick, Prophet. I know you got to get out of here, but who's your lock pick this week? Like one team that you said, hey, I guarantee you they are not going to lose this weekend. Who's your team?
I gotta say the Ravens. I think the Ravens. Now, I'm not saying that they're going to cover the spread, which is more important than whether they win or lose, unless, of course, you're in a kamikaze league or whatever. Yeah, the Ravens. The Ravens are my lock this week for winning.
Now, what if? Because there's some stuff going on with the Ravens. They're trying to sign Lamar Jackson to his contract. He said today the deadline is Friday to get that done. If they don't get it done and he's not playing, are you sticking with the Ravens? Yeah. Okay.
I like Huntley though. I feel like Huntley can step in. He can be a starter for somebody else. Like I feel like he can step in and still make the offense move.
I also like Huntley. I mean, I thought he played well last year, filling in for Jackson when he went down. Okay. I mean, I got something here that I'm looking to do something here, BP.
Let me know what's going on. I know you got something up your sleeve like you always do, and I know that you don't have those hundreds back there for nothing. What do you got going on?
Well, I want to put together something called Win the Profits Money. Okay, and what that is going to be is a daily fantasy Sunday. I believe that we're going to have all the information on the social media site as to how you can enter. It's basically just the one day fantasy football league.
What do you get if you win it?
Yeah. Well, you know what? Until my contract starts getting renewed, we're going to start out. We're going to start out at $10 a week to the winner.
And it's free entry.
It is a free entry. You just got to go in to DraftKings. Again, all the information will be on social media, and you go in, you pick your team, and the high score for the week wins $10.
I love it.
For absolutely free.
Absolutely
free. DraftKings daily fantasy. You win the league. Profit's going to send you $10, and this is
absolutely. And we're doing this. We're doing this every week.
We're doing this for 18 weeks of this good season, and maybe if we can figure something out for the playoffs, we'll do it for that too.
Awesome. So that sounds, guys. This is limited, by the way. We got 10 spots that are open. 2 are already taken. I'm going to put this out there on all our social media right after this podcast. So it's really first come, first serve to see if you can get in there. You draft your team within, I think it's like you have a certain salary cap that you got to stay under. You draft your guys, and then the teams with the most points end up winning the $10. So we're going to do it every week. Judging by we want to see what the response is, because we'd love to be able to get more and more people in there and be able to see how big this thing can get. So we love it. Profit. Win the Profits Money is what we're calling it. And it's going to start up this Sunday. Details will be right after this podcast on all our social media sites.
And last thing is, you guys enter and you have a legitimate chance of winning because the Prophet is not playing. Oh. This is just for the viewers.
This is just the generosity of the Prophet.
This is just the generosity of the Prophet. And also the nice thing about this is that employees, like a lot of other places, employees aren't allowed to play. Employees of the broadcast are allowed to play also.
Oh, boys. Here we go.
So I'm
Let's get it.
Baby. Thank you, Prophet.
Right. Thank you, Prophet. Insight. Thank you always. We'll see you next week. We'll see you next week.
Thank you, gentlemen. Great show.
All right. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
All right, boys.
Profit.
Hey, that's got me fired up.
Money, bro.
He's putting his money where his mouth is.
Throwing money.
Literally.
Just, hey, here, take it.
He's
I'm not even gonna play. I'm not even gonna play. I'm not even gonna play. Just take my money.
He's an OG.
OG.
Absolutely.
OGs never tell the secrets. They just handle business and they keep everybody with the question marks.
Filled it up. I think we filled it up already, man. Like we'll have 10, no problem. We might grow to 20, 25 by next week. Who knows?
Absolutely. Yeah. I'll throw it in right after. It's really by invite only. I'm going to send out the link. So it's whoever just gets in there and is able to sign up and all that.
Fills it first. It's first.
Whoever fills it first.
Well,
absolutely. It'll be available right after.
Yeah, good thing I got my entry in already.
Absolutely. I got mine in there too. That's part of, I think it's just me and you in there right now.
Insider trading.
Inside. Nice. All right. Well, we got some news we got to get to before we get to our picks. Let's get this beat going. And how about now?
Now, good, baby.
There we go. All right. The Buffalo Bills extend tight end Dawson Knox to a 4-year, $53.6 million extension per Mike Garoppolo. The extension includes more than $31 million worth of guarantees. Slick, what do you think about Dawson Knox getting extended for the Buffalo Bills right before kickoff Thursday?
I mean, he proved himself last season. I'm not mad at it.
One of the best tight ends in the league.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not mad at it. I saw they brought Howard in preseason to be the number 2, but they released him. So
yeah, he's the dude. I mean,
he's the guy. He definitely proved himself last season. So I'm not mad at it. Give him his money.
In other tight end news, tight end George Kittle is officially listed as questionable with a groin injury per Kyle Shanahan in his press conference today. Shanahan stated Kittle is day-to-day, but it makes all-pro tight ends availability in doubt for the 49ers Week 1 matchup for the Bears. Drew, you think it's a big deal or not a big deal?
It's a big deal for me because I drafted him in my freaking fantasy draft last night. Heck yeah, it's a big deal. He's one of the best pass-receiving tight ends in the league. Get better soon, man. Need you this week because I don't have anybody on the bench, but seriously.
Absolutely. Wide receiver Emmanuel Sanders called it a career today after 12 seasons. Sanders, who won the Super Bowl with the Denver Broncos, also played for the Steelers, 49ers, Saints, and Bills. Boy, Rickie, what did you think about Emmanuel Sanders? He had a hell of a career, 12 years in the NFL, won the Bowl. He was in another one. Thought he played really well.
He was one of those role guys. I won't consider him one of those elite receivers. Like, I wouldn't put him in that category with your T.O.s, your Jerry Rice, your Randy Mosses. But he definitely, every team that he played on, he was a role guy, and he played his role very well. Speedster, route runner.
Absolutely.
He definitely made plays within his career.
All right, and then this one's a big one. NFL insider Mike Jurecki reported Tuesday that the Washington Commanders are upset with superstar edge rusher Chase Young after he re-aggravated his ACL injury while attending a Von Miller-led pass rusher camp. Chase Young will start the 2022 season on the PUP list and will miss at least the first 4 games. What do you guys think about that?
See, here's the thing. I don't hate this as much as some of these other off-the-field injuries because this isn't off the field. How many of these guys, George Kittle has tight end U or whatever, how many of these quarterbacks and receivers get together over the summer and go to Arizona or Florida and work out together? You can't get mad at a guy for working out and trying to get better, man. That's just my opinion.
With Von Miller.
Yeah.
It's not like he was at a camp with a slap.
No.
Von Miller.
Like the Niners or something.
Exactly. Shots fired.
It's like you said too many nice things about the Niners.
Shots fired.
You absolutely did. All right. Well, hey, we have our Week 1 right around the corner. In fact, the first game is tomorrow night, and it's Rams and Bills Thursday night. So we got a little sponsor here. Well, Thursday nights are going to be where we predict the score for a team, and it's brought to you by Lucy's New York Style Pizzeria. So Thursday night score prediction brought to you by Lucy's New York Style Pizzeria. Listen, we got Buffalo and the Rams going. Now, I'm pretty sure that we all picked. I think there was one of us that picked the Rams, and I believe that was you, Slick.
It was.
You picked the Rams, huh?
It was.
Drew, you got the Bills. What do you like about the Bills in this matchup? The Rams are going to be unveiling that Super Bowl banner. You know, Josh Allen, they got a lot of hype going on over there. You know that they're ready to play. You feel good about the Bills.
Yeah, I just think, man, that I think Josh Allen is that QB. He's going to be ready to go. They got a lot to build off of from last year, a lot to prove, I think, too. And I think they're going to be ready to go. And I don't, like I said, with Stafford's arm issues throughout camp and stuff like that, I just don't know if it's going to be tomorrow night's going to be their night.
Yeah, so for my Thursday night score prediction brought to you by Lucy's New York Style Pizzeria, I got the Buffalo Bills winning this game 28 to the Rams 17 is my prediction for tomorrow night.
So we're all giving scores here, right? Because this is what we're doing for Lucy's. So I got the Bills 28 and the Rams 24.
Okay. And Slick, you got the Rams.
I got the Rams. I don't care if it's 3-2. I just have the Rams.
You just got the Rams?
I just like the way McVay coaches. I just like the Rams. Like I respect the Bills and the moves that they make this offseason on the defensive side. I do respect the Bills. And I do like Josh Allen. So I don't think it's going to be like a blowout game. I definitely think it's going to be a good game. I don't know. I like Stafford, even though he's kind of dealing with that shoulder situation. I like the weapons they have on offense. And then, Ramsey, I don't like Florida State, but I respect them. You can't count Ramsey out and everything else that he has on the defensive side with him.
He can't cover both sides of the field. They got Gabriel Davis. Oh, geez.
Right.
They got Gabriel Davis. They got Stephon Diggs and all that. So, again, the Bills, I got them 28 to 17 for Lucy's New York Style Pizza. And remember, you guys, if it's not Lucy's, forget about it. I love it. Thank you. All right, let's move on to our next game. We got Steelers and the Bengals. Mitch Trubisky is going to be lining up as QB1 going against the defending AFC champion Cincinnati Bengals in the jungle. Drew, what are your thoughts on this?
Well, first of all, I think that the Steelers made the good choice by naming Trubisky the starting quarterback. I think that was the only choice they could really make because Pickett, while he may be good down the road, hometown kid, everybody's going to be high on him. Everybody's going to be calling for him. Dude, he's not the move yet. They're not ready, man. They're not even ready to handle this offense of the Bengals. And I just think Joey Burr, Chase, Mixon, T. Higgins, dude, they're just full of energy, waiting to explode, and they're going to friggin' come out and they're going to put it on these Steelers. I got the Bengals winning big here, BP. I don't think it's going to be close here. I know these two teams play each other tough, but I don't think this one's going to be close.
I gotcha. So Burgess, he's saying he agrees with you. He's got the Bengals for sure. Slick, what do you think about this before I lay down what my pick is?
If I'm not mistaken, I think I chose the Bengals as well. Just like Drew said, they have a lot of weapons.
That chart up.
They have a lot of weapons. They got a good quarterback, defense. If I'm not mistaken, they didn't really I don't think they lost anybody on defense, did they?
The Steelers?
No, the Bengals.
Oh, the Bengals?
Yeah, the Bengals.
I'm trying to think. I think the only one that they might have lost. No, I don't think they really lost anybody.
That's what I'm saying.
Offensive line, I think they're better this year than they were last year.
That's what I'm saying. So, like, they have weapons and they add it in the right places. You still got Burrow back there at the helm, directing traffic. Score-wise, I might go 35-14.
We don't got to do a score, but you got the Bengals. Drew, you got the Bengals. Now, you know what they say about defense? They say it wins championships, and a lot of times they say that defense is ahead of the offense coming out of training camp. Yes. So because of that, I do think the Steelers are going to make this a game. I do think that their defense shows up. They know what kind of ball that they got to play. They got a quarterback that there's been a lot of circling rumors all year. Are they going to go get a guy? They get Trubisky, who backed up Josh Allen last year. Everybody wants to see what he does. They drafted Pickett, right? They brought in a receiver from Georgia that's going to be out there. Pickens. So George Pickens, they are ready to get it going. Only thing is, they're playing against the Bengals, who have high expectations for one of the first times in a long time. We didn't really expect a lot coming from the Bengals last year. I think this is going to be closer than people think. I think Trubisky is going to show us some things. I just think the Bengals have too much firepower when it's all said and done. They got Mixon, they got Higgins, they got Jamar Chase, who I have no idea. That guy's going to go off this year.
Jamar Chase was the first overall pick in my fantasy draft last night. Like, that's
my God, first
don't forget
overall.
About Boyd.
Yeah, well,
don't forget about Boyd.
Boyd.
My uncle.
Yeah,
he ain't that. Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
they did lose
they
lost their tight end. They lost their tight end, but they they still got an offense. So I'm going to go with the Bengals on this one. Sorry, Jeff, but I do like the Steelers in being a scrappy team that you don't want to play.
You think this game's going to be closer than a lot of the experts and myself are saying, right?
I do. I think it's going to be it's a division matchup. It's divisional, and these two teams are going to play each other twice. They know each other really well. They got a pass rush, which always equals trouble for a team that likes to throw the ball. If the Bengals can't run the ball well, that could spell trouble for them if they're dropping back 40 plus times, and we'll see. But the Steelers defense is nothing to joke around about. But I just think the Bengals have too much firepower offensively.
Yep.
All right, let's move on to our next one. This one I'm excited about, and I went back and forth on this one. We got the Las Vegas Raiders versus the Los Angeles Chargers. Man, SoFi is going to be rocking twice in 1 week, right? We got the Chargers opening up their 2022 schedule against the Raiders, who are coming in with Devontae Adams, coming with a high-powered offense. You got Josh McDaniels, his first game as a head coach back since he played was with the Broncos. Who you got in this one, Rickie? I know there's going to be a lot of offense in this one. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, Appalachian State and North Carolina, watch out, because there's going to be some firepower out there.
I don't think I've ever seen an NFL over under like 120. So
yeah, no, I don't think so. But there's going to be some firepower out there. Who do you got in this one, Slick?
I'm going with the Chargers. Like I told you guys previously, I don't have an NFL team, but I think the Chargers might be my team this year. I like Herbert. I like Justin Herbert. Like, one of my leagues, that was my first pick. Like,
you called it out a couple weeks ago. That's like your guy. Like,
yeah, that's my ever since Drew Brees retired. Like, that's been my guy in fantasy league. I just like the way he plays the game. They added some stuff on defense. They added Khalil Mack. They added Jackson, the corner. Healthy Derwin James has got the bag. Their defense was already decent, especially in their division. Offensively, they got guys, and they have someone that's driving the wheel. Like, I like the Chargers.
All right. What do you got, Drew? What do you got on this? I think you and Slick might be seeing the same thing.
I'm on the Chargers here, but I am not. We talked about it in the previous shows. I am not a. I'm not a Derek Carr guy. Not a Derek Carr guy. So, Chargers. Between Herbert, Eckler, the receiving core, the revamped defense, I think with, like Rickie said, with Khalil Mack coming in, and dude, that's just going to open things up for Bosa more. Again, this game's not going to be close, man. I got Justin Herbert last night as my quarterback. The Chargers are going to come out. I got the Chargers as my dark horse to go to the AFC Championship. Chargers are going to come out. And they're going to make a statement tomorrow night, and it's going to, or not tomorrow night, but this weekend, and it's going to be at the expense of Derek Carr and those slappy Las Vegas Raiders.
Are we going to make it a Chargers three-peat here? We're talking all the firepower the Chargers had. They improved on defense and all that. Well, I got my best Lee Corso impression. Not so fast, my friends. I got the Las Vegas Raiders in this one.
What?
I just think that they're...
Who was talking about that pipe earlier? BP's hitting it now.
Hey, if you watch the Raiders in the preseason, they did one thing extremely well, and that was run the football. Now, that is the one weakness in the Chargers defense, I believe, is running the football. And I think that the Raiders are going to be able, and they're going to have to run the ball well and often with Josh Jacobs and really get that going. I have the Raiders in this one beating the Chargers. Now, it's going to be a shootout. I don't think this is going to be a close game, but if the Raiders, or I don't think this is going to be a game where it's 10-point deficit, nothing like that. I think it comes down to one possession, and I think it comes down to the Raiders holding on to the ball. And you want to know what? We talked about Brandon Staley going for it a ton on fourth down. I think it might bite him in the butt trying to go for it again. And it was winning one of those games on the Raiders, and I got the Raiders in this one. I'm going against you guys. There it is.
Here's a sidebar here. Write this down, and we'll talk about it next week. I got the Chargers winning this game 38-10.
Ooh, 38-10?
38-10. Chargers are winning this game. Take it to the bank. Cash profits money.
Man, I wish he was on here to see what was he even talking about here. We only get so much of the profit. Obviously, he can't give us. Yeah,
can't overuse the profit.
You can't overuse the profit. Absolutely. I got the Raiders. I'm standing by it. All right, this is huge. This is a huge NFC North matchup. We got the Green Bay Packers. A lot of stuff going on with the Packers this offseason. You got Aaron Rodgers dating witches. You got him going on the Pat McAfee show. You got him disappearing, saying that he all of a sudden he's taking some psychedelics, all this stuff. He loses.
He's gone from SmackDown.
Yeah, he is gone from just for a little bit, just for a little while. He's going to be doing College Game Day. Did you hear that?
Yeah, full-time College Game Day, but I really loved him on SmackDown. We're getting off topic here.
SmackDown was good with McAfee.
What you gonna do, brother? No.
Well, I'm going to tell you what. This game is going to be a SmackDown. You got two divisional opponents.
Ooh,
this, I think, is going to come down to these two teams for the NFC North. Now, Aaron Rodgers is without some receivers. Matter of fact, almost all of his receivers from last year. He's got Aaron Jones back there still. Drew, who you got in this one? Because I think the Vikings are going to be tough.
The Vikings are going to be tough. The Packers have got about that much chance to win this game. Go! The Vikings, man. I'm all on the Vikings trade, bro. This is a big-time divisional matchup early in the season. Week 1, Dalvin Cook's going to go for about 337 and 3 touchdowns. Oh, dude, it's not even going to be close. Rodgers is going to be wishing he stayed retired or he never re-signed with, or not stayed retired.
Or he took some psychedelics before the game.
Exactly.
One of those three.
Wishing he took more because, he's going to be dressed like Nick Cage and Con Air on his way out of the stadium, getting onto an airplane. Get me out of here.
Music and everything. Is he? You think he's holding that stuffed animal on the way out? That bunny trying to clean it off?
Why didn't you just give me the bunny?
Oh my God! Slick, who you got in this one, man? You know what? I think this is going to be a really good game. I mean, Rodgers didn't look good week 1 last year. They got blown out by the Saints. Nobody saw that coming, and he had a lot more in that game than he has in this one. What do you think?
I mean, it's Aaron Rodgers, so you never can count him out. Yes, he did lose a lot offensively, but again, he's I'm not saying he's Tom Brady, but he's one of those guys who can make the most out of what he has. But I'm going with the Vikings. I just feel like they have a run game and a pass game. And for whatever reason, I'm not saying I'm a Kirk Cousins fan, but I respect what he's done while he's been in the NFL. It's like they sleep on him. Like he threw for 4,000 last year.
I'm biting
so you have to respect them.
There were some people picking him to win the MVP this week.
That's what I'm saying.
Talking heads that said Kirk Cousins.
He has MVP. Numbers. He had numbers last year, and you have a healthy Dalvin Cook, you can't. Yeah, I'm going with the Vikings.
You know what? Let's get the brooms out because we got a clean sweep on this one. I'm going with the Vikings too. If they got that third down,
this doesn't look good on my face, bro.
That doesn't look. Bro, outtakes. That's going on the outtakes for sure. You can't walk in looking like Cameron Poe and you got all this stuff going on. You're dating witches. You're going into the Vikings den, baby. And that place is going to be loud where they hate just Packer fans. They hate the Packers. That place is going to be loud. He doesn't have his comfort blankie of Devontae Adams out there. He went down to the desert. He's going to be turning around, much to his chagrin, to try to hand off to Aaron Jones, hating it all the while. And he's going to force some passes, and it's not going to look good. He's already been very vocal this offseason about how he's not on the same page with his young receivers. I got the Vikings in this one. And you know what? I got the Vikings big. Take that to the bank, boys.
Yeah.
Rodgers has got mental issues, I think, dude. He's losing his mind. He's just out saying whatever he wants in the media, doing whatever he wants. He's just in a mode of screw it. I'm just playing out the rest of my career and cashing checks. He ain't got.
I
There's
don't
no
think
more
that's
will to
anything
win.
new.
There's
I
no
don't
more will
think
to
it's
win.
anything new.
Have you heard any of his receivers, like Greg Jennings, has nothing good to say about Aaron Rodgers? Now, you
Even
can't talk about
Devontae,
his play. His play is one thing, but there's more than play when it comes to a locker room environment and all that stuff. Players know, they know he's good, but they know when it comes down to it. What has he done in the playoffs recently? Joke. All right. We got the Kansas City Chiefs at the Arizona Cardinals going down there to Glendale. We already had one prophecy about this game in Hollywood Brown absolutely going off. Slick, what do you like in this game? I think it's gonna be high flying. It's gonna be high flying down there in the desert.
If I'm not mistaken, I believe I picked the Chiefs. I definitely feel like it's going to be a shootout. Like we said earlier, the Chiefs, their defense is very questionable. But they got Mahomes driving the wheel. Yes, they don't have the same receiver core that they had last year, but they got guys that can come in and make plays. And you got Andy Reid calling the calls. So I feel like they'll pull it out. I won't say by a lot. I think it'll be a shootout, though. I do think it'll be a shootout.
You got Mahomes driving the wheel, but who's the mechanic under the car? They don't have any other parts to this thing here, Rick. You know, the Cardinals are going to come out. I'm not going to say – somebody made a comment about me picking all blowouts. Listen, I call them how I see them, all right? This one is going to be a little bit of a closer game because I don't think the Cardinals are great, but the Cardinals are going to come out. Kingsbury got a little fire under his butt. He put the honeys aside for a couple weeks after Kyler Murray showed him up calling all those plays for touchdowns. Kingsbury said, "Hey, listen, honeys, all right, I'm going to need you to step off until after we win this game on week 1. Kingsbury's my boy. All right, he's got the game plan dialed up, and he's gonna take it to the Chiefs this week. Take that to the bank.
So you got Cardinals.
Oh, I got Cardinals.
Slick, you got Cardinals. Is that what you said?
No, I got Chiefs.
You got Chiefs. I'm right there with you because you want to know what, Drew? I have this picture in my head of little Kyler Murray down there with that headset on his head and all that stuff. It looked like a Make-A-Wish thing that was going on down there of him calling some plays. All right. So you want to know what? I got the Chiefs. I don't even know if he's watched 4 hours of film this week. Okay. I don't even know that. He doesn't have his number 1 wide receiver out there. I got the Chiefs in this game. And you want to know what? I do think the Cardinals will kind of keep it close for the first half. And then Mahomes is going to go nuts. So I got Mahomes in this one. I got the Chiefs in this one. And I think they do it by 2 touchdowns.
Wow. So the Chiefs are going to blow the Cardinals out. What kind of pipe are you smoking there, cuz, over in Idaho? Because I want to get some of that.
Moving on. Speaking of, we got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Dallas Cowboys.
Speaking of smoking pipes.
Yeah. Hey, is this them boys year? Nah, come on. We got the Buccaneers. This is a rematch of last year's kickoff game, right? So we got the Buccaneers actually going down to Dallas. We've seen every sort of TikTok slander and Twitter slander about the Cowboys. You got Diggs getting beat left and right. Everybody wants to talk about Zeke and his weight and all that stuff. What do you guys think about this game? They're finally lining up in Dallas, in Jerry World, ready to take on a quarterback that has kind of been out of it and who also said they got a lot of shit going on. So what do you got on this, Drew?
I gotta, reel you back in a little bit here and stick up for my brother-in-law, who I know watches this show. And he might not comment on here, but he's an avid listener and avid watcher, and he's a diehard Dallas fan. And when you made your comment a couple weeks ago about Zeke being so fat, he sent me a picture, and he said, "Tell your boy BP he ain't that fat." And he sent a picture with his shirt off, and the dude is shredded. Zeke is ready to go this year, all right? Tony Pollard, take a back seat, all right? Dak's going to prove that he's the best quarterback in the NFC East, and it's still not going to be enough because those Buccaneers are going to come out and they're going to lay this smackdown on those Dallas Cowboys. I'll tell you what, boy, Tom Brady's going to be ready to go. He's like that fighter. He's like Rocky. You think he's down, you think he's out, you think he's frail, you think he's on vacation with Giselle for 11 weeks or 11 days. You think he's on a Masked Singer, and he keeps fighting back. And I'll tell you what, that's what Tom Brady's going to do, and they're going to do it big to the Cowboys. Buccaneers over the boys, big.
Oh, we're calling another blowout. Big?
I'm not a Bucks fan.
You had to recover from that promo, right?
Yeah, that was
I'm not a Bucks fan at all. I do realize and understand what they have. I'm not a Cowboys fan either. Like I said, I don't have a team, but I like the Cowboys. I like the offense. I don't think the Bucks secondary. Their front seven is pretty potent, but the secondary, I think that's the weak link on the defensive side. And the Cowboys do have receivers, and as long as Dak is able to get those guys the ball along with the tight end.
I do like the tight end, Schultz or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think he's gonna be good. Now listen, Tom Brady, there's not a lot of things we can sit here and joke about him, but let's be honest. Anytime that dude has his back up against the wall, what does he do? He goes out there and he gets it done.
Yeah,
he may not have been on the Masked Singer. Yeah, he may not have been on the Masked Singer, but according to certain reports, he might end up on Judge Judy faster than he's going to end up on the Masked Singer with getting divorced from Giselle. They seem to be having some issues. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, there's some stuff going on. She left his house. She went down to Puerto Rico. He's not there. He's got a lot of stuff going on. But you want to know what Tom Brady does? Nobody puts baby in the corner. Nobody puts baby in the corner. Tom Brady's going to come out swinging. He's going to go out swinging on that Dallas Cowboys defense, and I got the Bucks.
You are a good man. I'll tell you what. Yo, Brady, Giselle, he don't care. If she leaves, so be it. Ball is his life, and that's how he's going to prepare, and that's how he's going to attack the season. Football's number one. Giselle's number 2 or 4, 3 maybe, but it ain't. She ain't number 1. If she leaves,
that wedding ring comes off of Tom Brady. He's still got 7 more.
Hey,
all I'm going to say there.
Good at this. You're so
hey,
good.
you know, I tell you, it's my time. I'm ready for this. I'm ready for the season to get going. Well, there you have it. We do have all of our picks here for you guys to take a look. Now, we do have a fan pick'em league, right? So get in there at the end of the season. Whoever has the highest score of the most correct picks is going to win $100 of gift cards wherever you want it to be. It's wherever you choose. So make sure that you get in every week. Make sure that you make your picks. It's absolutely free. There doesn't cost anything to sign up.
How does it go? Like, is it based off of winning percentage
wins.
or total wins?
Total wins.
So total wins. So
you get 1 point per win.
It's in your best interest to be in this every week.
Every single week.
Because if you miss a week, you can miss 9 wins, and that could cost you a free $100 gift card.
Well, you'll go 0-16, right? Like you won't get any points, right? So you won't get any points if you miss out. So make sure that you're in there.
That'll be posted on the social media right after the show with the win the profits money, correct?
Absolutely. It'll be out there. I already threw it out there. We already have a bunch of people that are in. Thank you for everybody who joined. By the way, you guys have been amazing. This show has been awesome. But here's our picks right here. It looks like we have a lot of similarities. Now, Drew, you got a lot of red in there, man. You going with Carolina, Drew. Slick and I got Cleveland. You got New England. Slick and I got Miami. You got Jacksonville. Tim Derrick's going to be happy about that because he's the only Jacksonville Jaguars fan I know of.
Wait,
you got the Cardinals.
You guys got the Commanders winning a game?
Yeah.
They're playing Jacksonville, right? Yeah, I got the Commanders. They're playing Jacksonville, right?
This is
I got the Commanders.
Breakout year. ETN, we know can do it. He was drafted high in a lot
He's got
of
that side
picks.
foot. I don't know.
If you guys don't pay attention to our own friggin' guests on the show, the Prophet said the ETN was one of his sleepers this year. All right,
he corrected me on it too. I'm going against him because he said, "What do we got an English major here?" I'm going against him because of it this week. I'm going, and we'll see how it pans out, baby.
Yeah, well, we'll see how you and your Niners pan out.
Speaking of, hey, we're up against some time constraints here. We got the NFC West. We got a preview, but let's go just super quick. We got the Seattle Seahawks here. I mean, let's get these guys off the screen. You guys expecting anything from these guys?
Before we get into this might be the best comment that has ever hit this podcast. Seriously, going against Baker and his old team, you guys are nuts. Drew is wise. Thank you, Matt. Somebody finally sees it.
He can't do it by himself, and he's not.
He
one
can't
of
do
those
it by
quarterbacks
himself,
who can.
and his back is going to hurt from moving out of that stadium and changing out all those batteries and those smoke alarms in the Cleveland Stadium. He's gone. He's in Carolina. He's got some weapons, but let me tell you, that Cleveland Brown team, they got a team around that. All Brissett's got to do is turn around and hand to Chubb, and that's what's going to happen.
All he's going to do is just play his part and just control.
That's all he's got to do. That's all he's got to do.
Their defense is like that.
All right, let's get into this super quick. Seattle Seahawks, they got Geno Smith as their starter. They lost Bobby Wagner. They lost Russell Wilson. They lost a lot of guys. I'm not retired. Yeah, I'm not expecting a lot out of this team. Do you guys think these guys are going to be the worst team in the league, or do you guys think definitely worse in the division? Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be a toss-up between them and the Commanders, I think, for the worst team in the league.
Okay.
Carson Wentz is terrible.
Moving along. So the Seattle Seahawks, I know there's a lot of people that love them. They're in a clear rebuilding year. They always come out and play tough. Pete Carroll always has them playing tough, but they're just missing too many guys. Chris Carson retired. You got too many guys that are leaving. It never bodes well for an NFL team. You got to have talent to win games. Speaking of talent, there's a lot of talent down there in the desert, but they're missing one of their biggest guys for 6 weeks at the beginning of the season. I feel like that's a pretty big deal. What do you guys think about the Cardinals? We'll start with you, Slick.
I think they may finish second in their division. Like you said, yes, they're missing D-Hop, but I do feel like they still have some key pieces on the perimeter. You got Connor. Edmonds is still there, right?
Yeah. No, Edmonds is in Miami.
You're right. Edmonds is in Miami.
Thank you, Mike.
We appreciate you, Mike.
You're right. I feel like they have enough to at least finish second.
So that means that if they're gonna finish second, remember who else is in the division now? They got the Niners and they got the Rams, both really good teams. But the Cardinals, right. Remember, they were I think they were a 10-0, 11-0 at one point last season. They were undefeated going into the last half, but then as what Kingsbury does. I know he's your boy, but he has a tendency.
You know what? You're going to come at me for Kingsbury. I'm going to come at you now. Stop cutting Rickie off because he knows what he's talking about when he said they're going to come in second, and he knows that there's other teams in this division. Stop trying to twist him into your 49ers web, okay?
I like them finishing second. Like the 49ers. I know that's your team. That's my dad's team too, so I don't knock them, but I just don't feel like I feel like the first half of the season, the 49ers are going to come out hot. In the second half, I feel like either injuries or I feel like something is gonna keep them from being where they're capable of being.
So Matt Christie wants to know if the Cardinals are 2, then who's 3? Because then you got the Rams, that's what I was kind of getting at. You got the Rams, you got the 49ers. You think the Niners will be 3? They finished 3rd last year, and there was 3 teams in the NFC West that made the playoffs. So Niners were 10-7. I know that you had the Cardinals. They were in the wild card round. They got beat by the Rams, and obviously the Rams won the Super Bowl. So
I'll say 49ers.
It's a big division.
Rams, okay. Cardinals, 49ers, Seahawks.
Okay, what you got on the cards there, Drew?
I just got a problem that you didn't leave Matt's comment up that long when he made a compliment about me. But no, he's talking about the Niners, so you got to leave him up a little bit longer. So I see where your values lie. Okay, Cardinals here. I'm a Kingsbury guy. I love him. I like Kyler. I see them finishing second in this division. With what Rickie said. Offensively, they got to get it together, man. And like you said, all jokes aside, they got to finish a season. Because when you start out hot, man, you can't just fall off the face of the earth and you get bounced in the first round or not even make the playoffs, man. I think this is a big year for Cliff. If they don't get it done, he might be back in college next year. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. Now, when I talk about the Cardinals, Niners, and Rams, they are all extremely close. They all have really good rosters. They got quarterbacks that can go out there. I know the 49ers have a question mark there, but the Cardinals were undefeated last year for a reason. My thing is the same thing as you, Drew. They got to finish a season. My thing with them early on is they're going to have to start off hot and fast without their number one receiver for 6 games.
Yeah.
And that schedule isn't anything to look at. That's, if they get 500, they're in trouble because of what they've done later on. They're going to be fighting for Cliff Kingsbury's job if they're 500 midseason. They will be. So I got the Cardinals third in this division, and I think it's by like a half a game. It's not by even a full game. I think it's really, really close. I think this division stays really, really close. It's really tough. Next up, we got the 49ers. I'll let you guys talk on it. I'll let you guys talk. Go ahead, Drew.
Yeah, let's talk on it first, and then let you have your. God knows we're running out of time, but I'm sure you'll still take 20 minutes because that's what you do. But anyway, dude, good football team. You guys know, you saw the show last week. You know how I feel about the Jimmy Garoppolo situation. A lot of people agree with it. A lot of people disagree with it. I'm on the latter side. I don't agree with it, but that being said, like I said last week, this situation helps the Niners immensely because when they need to turn to him in week 3 because Trey Lance gets benched because he's absolutely terrible, Jimmy G is going to turn the season around for the Niners and possibly lead them to a playoff berth, but it ain't going to be behind Trey Lance, and you can mark my words on that.
Writing that down. All right. What do you got, Slick?
That was my thing with the 49ers. That's one of those things that, like I said, you just don't know where you're going to get from in the second half of the season. I have to see Trey Lance in the whole season first before I can just give him the title or say he's that guy. Yes, they gave him the bag. Yes, they named him the number one. I still have to see it. I know you're a 49er fan.
No, you're not insulting me. You're talking about the team.
But like, I just have to see it. Like, I don't feel like he has enough body of work from college to the NFL for me to just say, okay, I understand why they made that move, and yes, he's a guy. I don't see it. He has the ability, but I have to see what he does first for me to say the 49ers is going to be a team. That's why I put him third.
I got him third too, Coach Rick.
Are you guys sitting down? You guys are all comfortable. You guys are all comfortable because you guys can sit back and enjoy the show.
Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Let me tell you about this. This. Let's take out Trey Lance just for a second. He's a big part of what this team can and will do this season. But they have a tremendous roster that's around them. If you look at what the players and the talent that they have there, their offense should be humming. You got Deebo Samuel who can do it all. You got George Kittle who can block. He's a great receiving tight end. Shanahan loves to run the hell out of the football. They got Brandon Ayuk who's been hooking up a lot with Trey Lance in the offseason, developing that rapport. But the biggest part about this team isn't the offense. It's that defense. This defense is a top 5 team. They locked down the secondary. They brought in Mooney Ward over from the Kansas City Chiefs. They have one of the best linebackers in football in Fred Warner. They have one of the best pass rushers in Nick Bosa. They have a squad on defense, and I'll tell you in the preseason, they look absolutely phenomenal. So my take on this is Trey Lance doesn't have to go out there and be great. He's not in Justin Fields' situation. Doesn't have anything around him, and it's relying on him to get it done. The thing about him is his skill set and what he opens up for the offense. He can move with his legs, unlike what Jimmy G could do. He can throw the deep ball, unlike what Jimmy G could do. Jimmy G was consistent, and I love that guy. But what the possibilities are with Lance is what his ceiling is unbelievable, and that's why they drafted him at number 3, regardless of how much experience he had. And he does need that, and there's going to be some up and downs. My point about with this team is they have the roster to go through those up and downs and be able to still win games. And that's what it takes in the league. You don't always have your starting quarterback out there. Sometimes your quarterback goes out there and lays an egg, but you win a 10-6 ball game because your defense kept you in it. And they are built that way. They're not going to go out there and throw it 40 times. They're not going to ask Trey to do that. They're going to run the hell out of the ball with their running backs because they got a slew of them. And Deebo Samuel is one of those guys that they hand the ball off to. So it's hard to predict this because I'm so close to the fire on this, and I want to say, hey, I think this could be a year. To me, it's boom or bust because they have the squad to do it, and that's why there was a lot of polarizing comments about the Jimmy G situation. He just took them to an NFC championship game. He's taken them to the Super Bowl, yet you go and do this. So I do buy into the Lance situation. Their first part of their schedule is very beneficial. Start off against the Bears, start off against the Seahawks. He's going to know. He started 2 games last year. He went 1-1. One of those games was very close against Arizona, who was undefeated at the time. The kid can play. The thing is, they're not going to rely on him to do it. I think it's going to be a bunch of other it's going to be the whole team. One time you're going to see the defense do it. You'll see the offense do it. You'll see the running backs do it. So we'll see. It's hard to say that they're going to win the division, but I'm going to say that I think they will. The Rams lost a lot more, and we'll talk about them right now because I feel like they lost some guys on defense. They did bring in Bobby Wagner, and they lost OBJ. He was a big part of their offense going into the last half of the season and into the Super Bowl. He's gone. Of course, you got Cooper Kupp. Of course, you got the rest of those stars out there. You bring in Allen Robinson. What do you guys think about the Rams? Do you think that they have an opportunity to repeat? What do you think about them in the division?
I think they have a chance as long as Stafford stays healthy. I feel like at this point, the Rams, the offensive part, well, you can say the defense too. I feel like they are one of those teams where, like you say, they got rid of OBJ, but you get a Robinson. No, he's not OBJ, but due to the system that they run, I feel like he can end up being like a 1,000-yard guy this year.
Okay, I like that with Stafford. I see that. I see that. What do you think, Drew? Like, what do you think about?
I mean, you got Stafford who threw for over 40 touchdowns last year. You got Cooper Kupp, who's arguably the number 1, number 2 receiver in the league. You got Jalen Ramsey. You got a tough defense, dude. BP, I can appreciate where you're coming from. I can as a fan, but Rams are winning this division. Cardinals are going to give the Niners a run for their money for a second.
They have.
I think, like I said, I think the Rams are going to take this one, and they're just too strong of a football team.
You guys both have the Rams in the division. Both of you guys.
I do.
Okay.
Yes,
I got the Niners in this division. Next week we're going to pull up what our division winners are. I did want Fields. Larry was there. He was there. I did want Fields. I was very high on Fields. I really liked him. Okay, guys. We got our hot shot of the week segment coming up right
Pop quiz hot shot
now. All right, boys. We got our hot shot of the week. I know, Andrew, you got a video.
Oh, I got a little video clip. Yeah, why don't you pull that up? My hot shot of the week goes to.
You want me to play it first, or you want to talk to him first?
You got me cut out a little bit.
How are we? We back?
What did you say? Yeah, you're good.
Okay, you want me to play the video first?
Let me just bring it in. My hot shot of the week goes to LSU former head coach Ed Orgeron. All right, there's a lot of turmoil right now in LSU. With the whole Brian Kelly situation, you got the number 1 receiver already entering the transfer portal. A lot of guys are apparently following suit. We got reporters coming into the meeting late. I don't know if you guys heard that, but a reporter came into the meeting late or to the media session late, and Brian Kelly said, show up on time. And she said, well, when you win a game, I'll show up on time. Well, that's the way. That's kind of the way it's going down there in LSU right now. So my hot shot of the week goes to former head coach Ed Orgeron. Check out this clip.
Grateful of my time for LSU. That was my opportunity. Coaches got a shelf. Some coaches got 50 years. Some coaches got 12. Mine was 6. Good. I got to tell you, we had a meeting. Say, Coach, things are not going well. No shit. Ray Charles can see that, brother. And they were good. And Scott Woodward is a friend of mine today. Really, really, a lot of respect for the way they handled me.
So what's next?
Well, I got to tell you this, though.
He's down there in Miami with us
Coach,
right now.
Hold up.
You got $17.1 million on your contract. We're going to give it to you. I said, what time you want me to leave and what door you want me out of, brother?
That's awesome.
So this is a guy who understands, dude. Coach has got a shelf, and sometimes your career or your whatever just runs its path. And he ran his path. He ran his course at LSU, and they said, we're going to let you go, but we're going to still give you $17 million. He said, what door you want me to go out of, bro? That's why my hot shot of the week, Ed Orgeron, dude. You talk about OG, Rick? OG right there, bro. That's
that is some OG for sure. Who's your hot shot, Slick?
First of all, college football, but the U, week 1, I understand it was against Bethune-Cookman, but like I said before, the fact that we treated Bethune-Cookman the way we are supposed to treat them, shout out to the Hurricanes for that win, putting up 70 points.
Cheers to that. All right, boys. Well, I got mine. Mine's just the sport of football. And God, I love this game. I wouldn't be doing this if I didn't love this game. I got to be around it. It's just within me. But there is something, and Drew, you're probably going to recognize this because Coach Kufelt, who we played for in Germany, had this paper up in the 2012 season. And I read it all the time. I'm going to try to get through it without, maybe tearing up a little bit because it gets me every time because my whole life, all I wanted to do is win a championship. That's all I wanted to do. Drew, you were there during that season. You came in for that 3 weeks. Mm-hmm. And he wrote something here. It says, championships are not won in bowl games. They are won on cold winter mornings and simmering long August afternoons. Football is not a fall sport. It's a sport for all seasons. 12 months a year, every day of the week. Championships are won because bodies are in condition and minds are prepared and focused, and hearts are as big as the ocean. That's how championships are won, and that's why we save them so dearly. So my hot shot of the week is football, boys. I'm so glad it's back. I'm so happy to talk to you guys every single week, and that's my hot shot of the week.
Nice. Love that,
yes,
man.
Sir.
Shout out Coach K in Rostock, man. That was a
absolutely
awesome quote, bro.
Yes, sir.
That was phenomenal. It still gets me 10 plus years later.
You gotta hit the sign, dude.
Put it down. Put it down.
That sign. Hey, hot shot
sign
down,
week.
Yo, I just put a
back
hole.
Next week, boys.
I just put a hole in my wall, guys.
Wow.
Yeah, what do we got there?
My wife wrote in her diary that I don't give her enough privacy.
Nice. All right, same time, same channel next week. Thank you guys for the support. We love you. Make sure that you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube, anywhere you get us. Can't wait to see you next week. We're out.
Next week.